when you have ABC News settling with Donald Trump, first of all, were you surprised to see them settle over George Stephanopoulos' comments, given how strong their legal standing was? That he was literally quoting the judge.
I was absolutely stunned.
And do you think that, and maybe CBS News also settling, there's reports that it could happen any day now, because they want to have this merger between Paramount that owns CBS and Skydance Studios. They don't want to upset the Trump administration. A lot of reporting about the bosses, corporate bosses, putting pressure on the news folks to get ready for a settlement. If CBS News settled an even more ridiculous lawsuit, which is about the editing of a Kamala Harris interview, something I've never heard in my life, a politician suing a news organization because he doesn't like the way they edited an interview with his rival. If they settle that, where does that leave the media? Because in a sense, these are precedents, right? Everyone else is going to say, oh, ABC settled and CBS settled, therefore we all have to bend the knee on this issue.
Yeah. Well, I think two things. One is that I think there's no question that settlements, or even the talk of settlements, is already emboldening Trump and people in his orbit. I think they're likely to seize on these successes and use them as kind of ammunition to file a lot more lawsuits and at least make a lot more threats against journalists of all different shapes and sizes and varieties, whether they're big national outlets or smaller people, maybe people who just exist on social media even. That's then one thing. Two is that, to me, the bigger concern than ABC or CBS settling lawsuits is if people in those newsrooms and other news outlets start to feel that as a result of that legal pressure and the pressure to settle these cases, they start censoring themselves and pulling punches and being just so conservative, and I don't mean ideologically conservative, but so kind of gun shy about calling out lies and doing aggressive investigations to people in positions of power. I think that is really problematic, and it really contravenes the entire notion of what the First Amendment is supposed to prevent and what the framers of the Constitution wanted, and I think it's still really important, which is having a vigorous, independent news media that is not so scared of litigation that they will refuse to challenge the sitting president and other people of that stature.